beautiful, man.
First of all, a little background information on this prank call. A listener who wishes to remain anonymous says that he had a horrible experience at this store the other day when a store clerk accused him of hacking into a computer and changing the password on the screensaver. He also wanted to know what kind of people were working there, and he seemed to hint that maybe they had gays working there. Now, I don't know what kind of people this store employs, but as you should know by now, I don't tolerate people giving my listeners crap. So without further ado, Captain Me to the rescue.
Speaking.
Sir, hello?
Yes.
Sir, I was in your store the other day, and I was looking... Oh, your voice is loud, sir. I'm sorry.
Very sorry. The speakerphone acts up sometimes. Let me pick up here. What can I do for you?
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Okay, I was in your store looking at the monitors and the computers, and an assistant came over to me, and first off, now I don't want to sound mad at you, sir, but I'm very upset at the incident, of course. First of all, he accused me of hacking into the computer, which I don't even know how to do, sir. And second of all, and I think this is because I'm gay, he said, and I quote, "You look like a guy that would use a laptop." Now, I don't know what a laptop is, but I think it's a remark of my sexuality, sir, and I'm very upset.
Okay. Gosh, I don't know how to respond to that without talking to the person that helped you. We endeavor not to, in any way, shape, or form, worry about a person's orientation in any way. And I'm sure it was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was, because we have several gay people that work for us, and it has never been any effort to keep people of any persuasion from working for our company. But if you could relay to me which person you spoke to.
No, actually, sir, I ran out of the store crying. You might have remembered it if you were there yesterday. Everybody was laughing at me.
I was running around most of the day. I don't know about what time that was, but I sure do apologize for that. I'm sure it was just a misunderstanding.
I was looking at the computer, sir, and he just said it to me, and I ran.
Sure. So what would you like me to do for you?
I don't know, sir.
Yeah.
I'd like to buy a scanner, that's all.
Okay. Well, what scanner would you like to buy?
I don't know. I went there for help, and he yelled at me. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I'm sorry. I would just like one that works on my computer, and that's all, sir.
Well, we'd be glad to help you out. I'm not going to be. Today's my day off, actually. You just happened to catch me in my office doing some cleanup. But I certainly do apologize if there was any misunderstanding. But I sincerely believe that that's what it was.
Okay.
I would be very, very. I would take very aggressive action if that was the case.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Sure. Bye-bye.
Well, unfortunately, that store manager was actually nice and polite about the situation, yet we did find out what kind of people work there.
We have several gay people that work for us.
It's Sunday, July 12th. I'm Captain Emmy, and you're not. Today I've got the ever-anticipated H3D headset review for you guys, as well as some mindless ramblings and a very good Stupid Dick Award. Yet first off, in case you guys didn't catch Shooters last week, which, to be honest, I only caught like the first 5 minutes, they brought up the Quake 2 challenge that I posed to them right in the beginning of the show. As happy as I was to hear them talking about it, I was hoping for an answer, which I didn't receive. So it's still up in the air. I would like to see it happen, and I'm posing it once again to Shooters. Just yes or no, guys. Let me know. Now that I've got the obligatory challenge out of the way, let's get it on.
You stupid dick.
Today's Stupid Dick Award might actually affect a lot of my listeners, so I'm kind of going out on a limb by bringing it up. Yet at any rate, today's Stupid Dick Award goes out to all those guys that play Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I don't mean the guys that actually play it, okay, because I've tried it before and it actually was kind of fun. But I mean the guys who play it. Well, I'm going to let this WAV file describe it for you guys.
Dungeons and Dragons. Satan's game. Your children, like it or not, are attracted in their weaker years to the occult. And a game like D&D fuels their imagination and makes them feel special while drawing them deeper and deeper into the bowels of El Diablo. This afternoon, the Dead Alewives Watchtower invites you to sit in on an actual gaming session. Observe the previously unobservable as a hidden camera takes you to the inner sanctum of Dungeons and Dragons.
Gallstaff, you have entered the door to the north. You are now by yourself, standing in a dark room. The pungent stench of mildew emanates from the wet dungeon walls.
Where are the Cheetos?
They're right next to you.
I cast a spell. Where's the Mountain Dew?
In the fridge, duh.
I want to cast a spell. Can I have a Mountain Dew?
Yes, you can have a Mountain Dew. Just go get it.
I can cast any of these, right? On the list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room?
I want to cast Magic Missile. A room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet.
I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
Fine. You attack the darkness. There's an elf in front of you.
Whoa! That's me, right?
He's wearing a brown tunic, and he has gray hair and blue eyes.
No, I don't. I have gray eyes.
Let me see that sheet.
Well, it says I have blue, but I decided I wanted gray eyes.
Whatever. Okay, you guys can talk to each other now if you want.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Gallstaff, Sorcerer of Light. Then how come you had to cast Magic Missile?
you guys are being attacked.
Do I see that happening?
No, you're outside by the tavern.
Cool, I get drunk.
There are 7 ogres surrounding you.
How could they surround us? I had Mordenkainen's magical watchdog cast.
No, you didn't.
I'm getting drunk. Are there any girls there? I totally did. You asked me if I wanted any equipment before this adventure, and I said no. But I need material components for all my spells, so I cast Mordenkainen's faithful watchdog.
But you never actually cast it.
Roll the dice to see if I'm getting drunk.
Yeah, you are.
Are there any girls there?
Yeah.
I did, though. I completely said when you asked me.
No, you didn't. You didn't actually say that you were casting the spell, so now there's ogres, okay?
Ogres? Man, I got an ogre slaying knife. It's got a +9 against ogres.
You're not there. You're getting drunk.
Okay, but if there's any girls there, I want to do them.
There you have it. A frightening look into America's most frightening pastime. Remember that it's not your children's fault that they're being drawn into a satanic world of nightmare. It's their gym teacher's fault for making them feel outcast when they couldn't do one single pull-up.
Yes, I know that clip was rather long, but I couldn't have done it better myself. They get the Stupid Dick Award.
You stupid dick.
Everybody needs to love Black Sabbath. If you don't, you should be shot in the face. Before I get to my H3D review, which I know a lot of you are actually waiting for, I want to tackle all my other topics first in case those who actually don't care to hear the review don't get bored and shut the show off. Now, one thing I stumbled upon by my little lonesome self, and it actually looks really cool, it's called Pain Rift. And it's a Quake mod. It looks like it's going to be a commercial add-on, unfortunately, but it looks way cool at www.rmdsoftware.com. The screenshots make me want to blow a load right through my pants. And I'd also like to plug a demo site over at planetquake.com/QASPEL. Now, apparently what this guy's trying to do is get demos from everybody playing Quake. I don't know. I mean, I checked out the site a bit, downloaded some of the demos, liked it, so I'm plugging it. Also, you might want to check out www.newwho, that's NEWHOO.com. It looks to me like it's a Yahoo, but it's going to be made by people instead of computers. Haven't really looked into that much, but it looks interesting. And I couldn't escape the harsh reality that you guys wanted him, so he's back. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave, the Weatherman.
Dude, so like, I'm watching this show, right? And there's this girl on stage, man, and she's like, oh, and I'm really a guy and shit, man. I was like, whoa, dude. And then, like, he's all, oh, well, hold on, man, there's more and shit. And then this guy walks out, and he's like, that's my bitch and shit. And then she was like, you motherfucker. And then, like, all of a sudden, like, he slapped her, and she kicked him, and everybody was fucking fighting, and this guy runs on stage, man, and he breaks it up. That was fucking beautiful, man. And then I thought it was all over, you know? And then fucking this girl comes out, and she's like, this is my bitch, ho. Fuck that shit. And I was just like, whoa, man, this is fucking amazing, dude. And shit, that wasn't even the end of that, man. Fucking like 5 minutes later, they bring out this guy who's really a chick from a former life or some shit like that. And fucking he's like, whoa, that's my girl, man. Fuck that shit, man. It was fucking weird. That's all.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening, but they fought with expert timing.
Kung Fu fighting on the Jerry Springer Show. You gotta love Dave the Weatherman. I know I can't take it anymore, so let's move on to the H3D headset review.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh, I'm here to fucking amuse you. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me what's funny.
So I open up the box and try to figure out how to install this thing. I mean, even without manuals, it was rather easy to figure out what went where. The problem was, with this huge black converter piece of shit thing that they give you. Somehow, I'm supposed to fit this big, huge, flimsy piece of black plastic onto the back of my Monster 3D card, while I'm somehow fitting a pass-through cable on right next to it. It didn't work at first, so I actually had to bend my card a little bit and squeeze it in there, and I actually ended up removing all the cables from the back of my machine so I could get it in there, and it was horrible, and so right away I'm thinking these goggles are going to suck. After I go to the website and download all the patches for the software, I boot it up, and right away I'm getting one screen on top of another, which of course is a sure sign that, hey, something's not working. So I hit the website looking for a phone number to call or looking for an FAQ, don't find jack until I go to customer support, and there they have a very, very limited section of help. However, they did have the thing I needed. It talks about certain GL Quake commands that you can't have in your AutoExec bat, or you can't have loading in order to get the game to work. Well, it turns out I did have one loading. So I had to go inside of my tweakit.bat and change it out and switch my entire configuration around. Was it worth it? No. I'm sure as hell glad I didn't have to pay the $130 that they want for these pieces of crap, okay? If you'd like to simulate what the H3D goggles are like, I've come up with a little plan. Take your monitor and remove the casing around it. Now go out to the store and buy like a 34-inch monitor, remove everything from the inside, and use the casing of that and put your existing monitor into it. You'll notice that everything seems deeper into the monitor, right? But nothing pops out at you. Now you can feel stupid because you actually spent money on trying that. In fact, maybe I shouldn't have been so generous. Don't get a 34-inch monitor, get like a 20-inch monitor, simply because things don't even go in that deep. I tested this game for hours with Quake and Quake 2, and although I couldn't sit down and play it for hours at a time simply because it gave me such a freaking migraine, it wasn't worth it at all. I had several people try them on and review them, and here's some quotes. Quote number 1. Well, how much is this? I don't know, what do you think? Oh, I'd say what, $60? No, try 130. That. There's a direct quote from someone who played it. Now, what's so good about this headset that makes people give it such great reviews? Well, I sat there and thought while I was trying to play it, and I noticed, okay, things are a little bit deeper into the monitor. But that's not my definition of 3D, okay? Maybe depth is someone's, definition. But mine is a rocket flying out at the monitor and me seeing it whiz by the side of my head and feel like it's going to come and sneak up and poke me in the ass. That's 3D, but that's not what this headset does. Now, in some cases, this headset even made playing Quake for me harder, because sometimes I couldn't distinguish objects that were really far in depth or really far in the distance. Now, if you say it might be my system, I'm running off a 17-inch Sony multi-scan monitor, a Monster 3D1, which actually a lot of Quake players still have. I'm on a Pentium 2 300 rather, with 128 megs of RAM. So I doubt it's my system, and even if it is my system, then I ask you, what the hell system do I need to use this headset effectively? Oh, but a quote from someone who reviewed it from another site says, it feels like the menus really pop out at you. Okay, yeah, okay. Text and menus really feel like they're in front of you, and I mean that means in terms of they're popping out more than your monitor would be. But who the hell really cares that a menu is popping out at you? What the hell does that have to do with the game other than selecting options? I say no. Is the H3D headset worth the money? Hell no. Was it a fun experience? For about 5 minutes. Now, your mileage may vary, but the average time for me and the 4 other people I had review this headset would be 5 minutes until getting a headache or severe migraine in some cases. I now fully understand why this listener sent me the headset. Although I do appreciate it anyways, it's not his fault that the product sucked. For those who wish to know a little bit more about the hardware, I'm going to go ahead and tap into that really quick because you pretty much understand that I think the product sucks. But a little description as to why is, in that big black converter piece of crap thingy that I mentioned, you have to plug the little power supply thing into that. Well, I've had it fall out on me 3 times, and I don't think it's the way I have it plugged in. I think it's just when I go back there to fiddle with wires or whatever, it's so flimsy that it pops out. So let's just pretend I'm a bigger idiot than I think, and so that's not even a problem. What else could be wrong with the hardware in the system? Well, the glasses have this neato mechanism that automatically shuts them off not to waste the battery when you're not using them. Now, although at first I thought that was cool, I quickly noticed that in Quake, people that were looking down at the keyboard to type or to do whatever, the headset would flicker and it would essentially die out on them for a brief moment. To make matters even worse, sometimes while playing Quake, if you move your head in a certain way, the headset interprets it as you're done playing and shuts off. And so you kind of need to jiggle your head or look up really high in order to get it to kick back in. And that just absolutely pissed me off. So in conclusion, I'm going against the grain of every single review I've seen of the H3D headset so far by saying it sucks. It's not worth the money that they want for it, and aside from that, even if it was worth $60 or $50 at that, I find that I'd play most games more than I'd use this headset for that price.
Oh! Oh, God.
Call me Daddy.
That about wraps up today's show. A little bit longer, but I think it was okay. Before my dedication, I want to ask if anybody knows how to patch a telephone through the computer so I don't have to keep doing my prank calls via speakerphone, which sucks for me. Please, let me know ASAP. I leave you now with another Macarena dedication to all those people who love to have sex.
One night I'm gonna have a margarita, pulls down back, I leave my favorite cantina. On the corner, there's a nice bed. If she likes me, I might even get there. Come with me, gotta stiff me, and if you're good, I'll give you a 50. One summer night, I'm a go for the dia. Mexican village, met a girl named Juanita. Stupid old me, I forgot to wrap my winner. Hey, gonorrhea. 2 more seconds and I paid the jalapenos. Out to the parking lot, to the back of Sita. Now every morning it's a hurt when I see ya. Hey, gonorrhea. Down to the clinic for the doctor to see ya. Out came the needle and it's stuck in Maria. Friday night I go back to see my sweet Juanita. Hey, gonorrhea. One summer night, I'm a go for the dia. Mexican village met a girl named Juanita. Stupid old me, I forgot to wrap my winner. Hey, gonorrhea. It hurts. Hey, gonorrhea.
Нет, вы знаете, а света на вас нет. Ладно, им может быть, я говорю, это шерстах, мы слово лами, это